Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Port Charles 411 2025 recap and hopes and predictions for 2026. I did not go back and listen to last year, so I'm going to let you lead this because I don't remember how we format it, because I feel like we do it differently every year, and it's usually based off of previous year, and I don't know what that was. So all we do is like a bullet point rundown of key things that happened in the month. Sometimes we forget things. In January, Sunny's apartment caught fire with Michael inside. That's when it was firebombed. They were fighting over Wiley and Amelia, Michael and Willow. Amanda supports Nina in trying to get help. Amanda supports Nina in trying to help Willow. That was you, Amanda.
That's me.
Why did I put that in there as a bullet point?
I think because I didn't support Nina in anything.
Yeah, there's a good chance of that.
So
that was a big thing.
You were very excited that I was like, actually, I guess I will listen. I will accept this for once.
Michael chooses to go to Germany for treatment. Was that really? I mean, Michael did choose, but also we're forgetting that like Willow tried to step in as his proxy. Like he had already asked for divorce because we started the year where they had just found the video.
Right.
The video had just been shown at Christmas. Merry Christmas. Your wife's sleeping with your uncle. And he had filed for divorce, but she was still his proxy. And then she was forbidding the family from seeing him while he was in GH. And she went and talked to him. And then he said, yes, Germany is where I should go. It's when we found out that Chase can't father a child.
That was so devastating.
Alexis was told that Sam was murdered. Valentine tried to kill Brennan. Brooklyn says that Dante is the father of a child that she gave up for adoption. And this is when we started to beg and plead it was not Gio. And Brennan kissed Carly.
I'm pretty sure we were begging and pleading for that relationship not to happen also.
No, at that time, we liked it because, like we've talked about in the past, certain actors have different chemistry.
Yep, they did have
that was the one where he opened the door and pulled her in tightly and passionately, and it was like, dang, that's hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So then for February, Jason agrees to say he is the father of Sasha's baby, which you absolutely predicted last year. So a point for you.
Oh, yay.
I got nothing right. So you are going to have all the points.
Are you serious?
Here. Yeah. Like nothing that I wanted to happen or that I was thinking was going to happen happened.
I don't think that's accurate, but go ahead.
Danny confronted Cyrus for killing Sam. Lois admits that Gio is Brooklyn's son with Dante to Martin Gray. And that was whenever she was like stupid and went to visit him at the hotel room. And he's making all kind of notes and leaving his papers. Tracy was breaking in and all that stuff. Willow agrees to find dirt on Michael. Martin hires Elaine to investigate. Then she got hit by a car. That was that lady with that yappy dog, which we had an issue with last year.
Oh, that's right. The one, yeah, that's right. The undercover PI that told everyone what she was doing.
We were mad that she was telling people that her yappy dog was a service dog when it wasn't a service dog.
I have strong feelings about that.
I understand. Sunny goes to LA with Natalia to see a cardiologist and doesn't need a pacemaker. Lucky's
temporary recast.
Oh, that was horrible. Okay, Lucky's temporary recast stole the moment we'd been waiting for with Liz, so it doesn't count because it was bad. And that was finally they kiss, and it was not supposed to be the recast for that one stupid day.
Do you know? So that guy, though, Guy Wilson, he portrayed Luke Spencer in a flashback like years ago.
Oh, that's funny. No, I did not know that.
I forgot that because, okay, I just read that recently.
Yeah,
it was when I was looking at the stuff for Bobby. And it was, and I was like, no, he was Lucky. And it was, no, he played Guy. I think that he played him the same time that Chloe Lanier played Patricia.
Oh, for the whole flashback that we talked about with Bobby and them. The
Wilson as Luke Spencer. Let me just double check this. I know this has nothing to do with this, but it just reminded me that I found that piece of information. Oh no, it was in 2006. He played younger Luke Spencer in a fantasy flashback in 2006.
I don't remember what that one would have been.
Neither do I.
But okay.
So it says that Wilson guest starred on General Hospital in 2006 as a teenage version of Lucky's dad, Luke, who, along with sometime wife Tracy Quartermain, was imagining what would have transpired if they had met in their younger years.
Oh, okay.
2006, I was graduating from college. I was not watching.
I was having Megan. So I was watching, but I'm not that dedicated.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
Squirrel moment.
It happens. It happened last year too. Don't worry. Jocelyn killed Cyrus. Brooklyn tells
to be in quotes.
Yes. Brooklyn tells Chase about the baby, meaning the baby she had when she was a teenager. Kai takes Trina to the Rice Modern Art Museum. Tracy gets a cease and desist order. Drew can't use the Quartermain name. Trina and Kai kiss, and Willow decides to move in with Drew. Ugh.
In March, I forgot about this. The Quartermain crypt might be on public land. Brad and Lucas kiss in Miami, and we were hoping they were going to get back together.
So bad.
Lulu finds out that Dante doesn't know that he has a child and confronts Brooklyn over it. Joss goes WSB training,
which you also called.
Finally get a real kiss with Lucky and Liz. Valentine pretended to be Charlotte so she would be discovered and someone would come take her to Port Charles. That's when he was texting with Rocco, right?
Saying,
yes. Yep.
Where she was.
Yeah. Carly and Brennan slept together, and then she wound up in the hospital with polonium poisoning because that was that whole bottle of wine thing.
Yep.
And this is when Valentine broke my heart and went to Steinmauer. And we thought that James Patrick Stewart was going to be gone forever.
And Carly just referred to that polonium poisoning this week because whenever they were sharing their New Year's drink, he said something about, "Are you trying to poison me?" And she was like, "Oh, I don't have any polonium around."
I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah. Nina and Portia teamed up to take Drew down. And that was neither one of them knew what Drew had on each other, but they just knew enough that they both hated him and wanted him to go down. And Liz and Rick were in a car accident.
Yes. That was whenever Christina cut the brakes.
Yep.
In April, Cardiac Care Center is dedicated to Monica at the hospital. Sidwell says that he'll underwrite the entire nurses' ball. Drew tells Kai about a surgery that can help him play football again, but Trina is concerned because Drew didn't want to just pay for the surgery. Drew wanted a whole camera crew on him, and it was to make himself look good. I guess that was the one thing he was trying to do as a congressman, like save today's youth or whatever.
Right.
Willow moves into Drew's house. Laura is going to have the public vote on the Esplanade location suggested by Curtis. Lulu got her own place and job with the Landview banner, and she made enough money to rent a house and have her own setup before she even got
it for her
first paycheck. But okay. Alexis considers having Christina committed, and Christina considers turning herself in. And again, that was because it was coming out within their family that Christina had cut the brake lines on what she thought was Ava's car. Lucky volunteers to take care of Liz while she's recovering from that accident. Portia has Brad get her ketamine. She and Nina hire a sex worker to set Drew up. Drew makes a spectacle of himself at the Savoy doing body shots off Jacinda, and that's who Michael's now dating. And then Sonny had heart surgery, and that was whenever they tried to kill him during the surgery, or right after the surgery.
Yeah. In May, Rocco got alcohol poisoning, and Carly lets Danny know how bad it could have been because they were all Danny kind of talked him into just going to the party and then didn't watch him. And so Carly was like, yeah, you need to take care of him. You have to keep an eye on him. He's obviously aware of the dangers of alcohol. Like, he's not stupid, but he's not been in those environments before. Sonny tells Jason he wants to sell his business to Sidwell. Right? Because it wasn't the Pierce, it was his business at that time.
Right.
Brad left Port Charles after telling Drew that Portia is who drugged him. Kai's surgery was successful. Joss was given a job as Dalton's assistant, infuriating Emma. Carly and Nina got into a physical fight over Willow. Drew and Nina hosted the nurses' ball red carpet, and during the nurses' ball, Lucy wore a t-shirt with all the different nurses' ball logos. She kept changing. Or no, the shirt itself had all the different logos on it. They need to sell that shirt.
They do.
She also brought the llama Sebastian to promote a rescue organization around the world. The staff sang Holiday. Like, apparently we had a huge budget this year. Gio played Glow, which was a song that the actor wrote when he was 12.
Which is insane.
Spinelli sang These Boots Are Made for Walkin', while Anna, Felicia, and Lucy did a line dance.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, Isaiah, Cody, and Dante danced to The Look of Love. They danced to it or they'd sing it too?
I feel like Chase sang and they were like his backups.
Okay. Gio overheard Lulu and Lois talking about Dante and Brooklyn being his parents. Michael was recast with Rory Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Michael gets oh, that was a good reveal too, because he walked into the nurses' ball.
Yeah, and the kids like ran up to him and were like, Daddy.
And Wiley turned around and said, Daddy, and ran up to him. And yeah. Michael gets emergency custody of the kids and tells Willow that she needs to break things off with Drew if she wants to see the kids. Trina and Kai have sex, even though he just had back surgery and left the hospital.
That was a great conversation. I remember us laughing about that then.
Yeah, would not happen. Do not care.
In June, Michael and Willow's custody hearing, Michael was awarded full custody. Sasha's baby Daisy was born, delivered by Willow in the courtroom. Natalia was arrested for DWI. Willow had a breakdown. Christina hired Cody to seduce Ava. Lucky proposes. Liz said no. He and Aiden leave for a summer trip.
Shannon had a breakdown.
Her and Willow were in the same hospital for a while.
Different breakdowns. Mine was more reasonable.
Yes. Portia kept whining about Jordan. Someone was messing with...
I'm sorry, I don't know why I put that in June. That was just like the rest of the year.
Right? It's like every day. You can repeat that sentence for every month recap. Someone is messing with Daisy and Sasha that we know is Willow, but no one's ever done anything about it yet. Daisy was christened and Charlie's was firebombed.
In July, Natalia died for no reason. Sidwell hired Ms. Wu's guys to start the fire in Charlie's. Vaughn kissed Joss. Willow has been messing with Sasha through Daisy. Joel Sartori's show was at Ava's gallery. Sasha leaves to stay with Robert and Holly, and that was to protect Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas stood up to Jason, Sunny, and Sidwell and rescued Marco. That was awesome when Lucas told all of them off. Liesel returned and noticed problems with Willow. Jason thinks that he sees Britt at the airport in France, and Martin finds a letter addressed to Monica, and Curtis tells Willow about Drew and Nina right before their wedding.
Ugh, that was so gross. And then in August,
and that was Drew and Nina were sleeping together because that had been happening.
Yes, all of last year.
It yet. Yeah.
And that letter that Martin found was in Drew's house.
Yes, and it had kids' drawings all over it.
Yeah. And then in August, Molly starts writing. Brennan had Anna kidnapped to scare her away from telling Carly about Joss being in the WSB. Lucas is moving in with Ava, and that was because him and Carly had a big blow up about his relationship. Maxie has a heart attack after Sidwell had her cream poisoned. Jordan gets her apartment. Joss and Vaughn kill a bad guy at the Five Poppies and then sleep together. Molly walks in on Cody shirtless, making out with Ava, and he tells her all about Christina paying him. Ava hits Rick on the head with Alexis's favorite paperweight. Ava, Christina, and Alexis keep Rick in the basement. Drew turns Stella in for insurance fraud, and she is relieved from her job and arrested. Brooklyn and Gio talk about his mom on her birthday, which was August 27th. Maxie sent to Massachusetts General Coma Center. Jason tries to get Britt to leave the Five Poppies. Drew has restraining orders served on Alexis and says Christina, Molly, Danny, and Rocco will all receive one also. And then Portia and Isaiah hook up in her office, because she's so worried about Jordan.
In September, Drew was shot. Jason discovered that Joss was in the WSB. Brennan discovered that Colette was a double agent. Britt came back to Port Charles. Monica died September 18th. Gio and Emma kissed. We had Monica's memorial. Nathan's alive. And Monica's sister Ronnie showed up at the Quartermain crypt.
In last year's recap, we discussed Jason had a trial. The trial that Jason had was to reinstate all of his money back to him because he had been declared dead. So how come Nathan and Britt have not had to have hearings about where their money went?
Did they have, but his was all over the ELQ stuff though, and like all of his stocks.
You don't think that Britt had some type of something?
I don't think as contentious as it probably went to Liesel, and Liesel probably just went right back, like gave it right back to them. Not as contentious as the Quartermains being like, woohoo, we have another one dead. Now we can divide up their stuff.
Maybe.
He's back. Now he gets a say in his. The big thing was the ELQ voting rights.
Yes, it was the ELQ voting rights, but there was also like his bank accounts and all that stuff. So I'm not sure why they didn't also have to have a little more red tape at least than they had. I mean, Britt's already got her medical license reinstated. Come on.
Well, we did talk about that Jason needs to just teach a class on how to come back from the dead.
Yes. Alrighty. So I'm on October?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because you just said Nathan was alive. October, James meets Nathan. Liesel and Britt see Nathan. Monica's will is read. Charlotte visits Valentine, and that was when he was still at Steinmar. Drew allows Alexis to see Scout if she will represent Willow. Lois is offered a job as Blaze's tour manager and leaves Port Charles. And Ronnie is in the process of selling the house to Drew.
And then in November, Tracy found the real will of Monica behind Alan's diploma.
Yes.
Or in the box with Alan's diplomas. For Halloween, the only one that I notated was that James dressed as a cowboy, aka Cody. The Qs all moved out of the mansion. Lucas agreed to move to Windermere with Marco. Anna was kidnapped for the second time in 3 months. Laura won the re-election. Willow was released. Drew proposed to Willow. And Kate Mancy directed the November 18th episode. This is where I started to really fall off on my tracking, as you can tell.
So what you don't have in there was Laura won the election, but at that same time was whenever the kids broke into the lab.
Oh, yeah.
All this time, we keep talking about how Danny can't get in trouble, so Rocco took the fall for them, right? In last year's recap, we talk about how Charlotte got 3 years probation and a bunch of community service for the way that she was torturing Anna. So how come we weren't concerned about her also getting in trouble for being there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like the one thing as I was reading through last year, like listening last year to this year, I'm like, wait a minute, why do we care so much about Danny, but we don't care if Charlotte gets in trouble? And how did Charlotte have all this community service and stuff that she had to do, but yet she was like gone for a while with Valentine? Right. But okay.
Huh. Okay.
And then in December, Curtis is arrested for Drew's shooting. Kevin comes home, only to then tell us a week later that he wants to leave again. Valentine escapes and decides to hide at Carly's in her attic. Britt and Brad are arrested for dining and dashing for a over $2,000 meal, which is insane. Willow's trial, Portia's infidelity came to light in the fact that baby, they don't know whose it is. And then, as I was just whining about, Britt's license, her medical license, is reinstated.
All right, I'm just going to do a chunk of these instead of us going back and forth for one line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
So, engagements and weddings was Drew and Willow, because those were the only two engagements and weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Divorces was Michael and Willow, because Portia and Curtis have still not been divorced. Like, they're still not divorced.
Right.
Cheating in affairs, Willow and Drew continued. So that was like from the beginning of the year. And then technically Portia was cheating with Isaiah. Nobody else cheated, right?
No, that's a really boring year.
Because, I mean, Christina paid Cody, but that was only an interest. So they weren't really cheating.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
For kisses, Ava and Rick kissed at her new place, her new apartment. Brennan kissed Carly after Valentine tried to kill him. Sasha kissed Jason at the police station because Willow was looking in the room. Because remember, she was like, they're not together. What are you talking about?
Right.
Fake Lucky kissed Liz in February for Valentine's Day. Karina and Kai, Brad and Lucas, Isaiah and Jordan. Lucas kissed Marco, the guy at the bar, and now we have more details about Lucas or
Right.
Marco. Vaughn kissed Joss, Cody kissed Ava, Portia and Isaiah, Gio and Emma, Jacinda and Michael for real, and Britt kissed Jason. And then for
Nice.
just pregnancies and babies, Sasha had baby Daisy. Oh, and I guess I can write Portia.
Ugh. Pregnant by who knows who.
Ew. Portia, ew.
Geriatric pregnancy times 100.
I'll just stay. I'll finish this realm. So new relationships, Ava and Rick, but they didn't last. Oh, I guess that would be. Oh, wait, that's the next section. Hold on, Shannon. Sasha and Jason pretended. Cody and Molly question mark.
We can take away the question mark.
No, actually, we keep the question mark because James just asked them, and Cody said yes, and Molly said no.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we won't have clarity till we are officially in 26.
Lucas and Marco and Michael and Jacinda. I think those are the only. Oh no, wait, hold it. Gio and Emma, because they weren't
right
a couple yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Kai and Trina
are back together. Yep.
Were they together last Christmas? I don't think they were together. I think that they got together. That was the thing with the art museum, wasn't it? That's when they actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So who else did I forget that got together this year? Oh, Carly and Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, did you watch the show this year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw in Lucky and Liz
and Isaiah and Portia.
Oh yeah, I hate them, so I forget about it.
And I guess technically, then you'd put Jordan and
Curtis. Yeah,
again.
Yeah. So then for breakups, Michael filed for divorce. Well, they are now divorced.
Yep.
Divorced. Ava and Rick. And then I put Lucky and Liz question mark because it's never going to be over between them. It's like Ross and Rachel. He just needs to get off the plane.
Okay.
Who else broke up? I don't think anyone else broke up. And then for parent family reveals, Gio is Dante and Brooklyn's son. Natalia was married to Sidwell. Sidwell and Natalia are Marco's parents. And Rocco found out that Britt gave birth to him.
Yeah.
Were those the only family? Oh, you know what? Hold it. Ronnie, Monica's sister.
Yep.
I think that might be it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you do this next section.
I'm going to start crying, so I got to take over.
No, I'm dead because he's not dead.
Died/funerals, Cyrus, Natalia, Judge Heron, and Dalton. Back from the dead, Mike gave Sonny advice in his post-surgery dream. Oh, that was so sweet.
I forgot about that.
Yes. And then Britt is back from the dead, and Nathan is back from the dead. And then lab results, accurate, not accurate. We don't have anything listed.
I don't think we had any. Did we have any lab results this year? I guess the ketamine poisoning.
Yeah, we knew about that though. Next year it'll get to be the DNA test for Portia's baby.
But oh yeah, because I guess we do know because we know that he was poisoned with the ketamine, and then he also found out, and that wasn't a lab result, but he found out who did it.
Well, Portia had run this lab results or that lab work to see what the rate amount of ketamine would be, so that they didn't OD Drew. So that would be
So she had to do some math because that's what she told Brad. She told Brad to figure that out.
Right. Lucky he's not dead, but okay.
Right.
And then health concerns for the year. James broke his arm back in March whenever he was sledding off the roof. That feels like that was longer than just last year, but okay. Carly was poisoned. Elizabeth had Demodex. What? I can't say that.
Demodex blepharitis.
That was the weird eyelid mites. 25 million Americans are affected, and it's treated with eye drops. That was that nice PSA in the middle of the day of what are we talking about? Christina gets allergy shots, which she hates and needs her sister's support for. And Portia went to the hospital with cramps because she was afraid she was losing the baby, but she did not.
Is that it for just basic health concerns?
I mean, that sounds right. I don't remember anyone else. I mean, when
the
Anna
next section has the more serious.
Yeah, and when Anna was around, they dropped the ball on her medical stuff. It was only every 600 years that remember that she was getting blood tests done. So I don't remember any of that.
Yep.
Hospital stays. Kai had a torn shoulder from his football game. Carly got polonium poisoning by drinking champagne that Valentine meant for Brennan. Martin, after falling off the podium, that was funny. Maxie had a heart attack. Nathan and then Portia had a few days in the hospital for dehydration. And then shootings, Joss shot Cyrus. Drew was shot by G, I wonder who. And Sidwell killed Dalton. Did Jason not shoot anyone this year?
I did not. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago that like I wasn't keeping track, and then
Yeah, but like reading it, I don't know that
I
I can
can't think of anyone.
think of anyone. Yeah. And then other violence, illegal activity. Cody punched Lucky. Nina and Carly physically fought in May over Willow. Lulu smacks Brooklyn. Joss shot the guy at the Five Poppies, and then Vaughn suffocated him. Ava, Christina, and Alexis kept Rick in the basement, and Ava had knocked Rick out after he freed himself from the basement. And then people Sunny yelled at slash intimidated Selensky.
That was the guy that was after him, that was like trying to kill him.
Oh, okay. That would make sense to yell at him. Yeah.
Yep.
And blackmail was Brad, Drew, and Brennan suspecting subtle blackmail of Carly. And it would be Laura for the dead body stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was
Laura
another
and
funny.
Sunny.
Yeah, that was another funny thing was last year we talked about Anna. It was in the recap, Anna and Laura, like not swearing off Sunny because they weren't going to stop the relationship, but they like had a deep conversation about how they weren't going to protect him anymore. And then this year you have Laura being like, "Hey, Sunny, there's a dead body in my car. Come help me."
Right.
And then arrest. Cyrus wasn't arrested, but was brought in for questioning. Tracy was arrested for not giving Wiley and Amelia to Drew. Cody for punching Lucky. Jason was arrested for killing Cyrus, even though he didn't. Tracy was arrested for assaulting the surveyor whenever they came to figure out like the property lines.
Mhm.
Cody was arrested for grand theft auto. The license plate had transposed numbers, like the police officer typed them in wrong. Valentine on Pier 55 after Brennan didn't kill him, but Anna turned him in. Chase arrested Tracy at the nurses' ball for drugging Drew. Natalia for the DWI. Stella for the insurance fraud. Rocco for breaking into Dalton's lab. And Britt and Brad for dining and dashing. And then the new brought back destroyed location and businesses. Lucky gave Sidwell a poker set with the brand Fidget. Charlie's was rebranded with Lucky's Working, and they like changed it so it was all blue to match his eyes. Really, I don't think
That was my note.
I don't think that was actually said, but according to Shannon, it was just to match Lucky's eyes. But it had like a low key acoustic vibe. And Ava got a new apartment. Drew's house, which is definitely brought back because it was Donna Day. The Rice Modern Art Museum, the WSB training facility, Monica.
Wouldn't that be extra something though if that's Shiloh?
That would be. I would like that. I would really like that, but I don't know that that's where they're going. The Monica Quartermain Cardiac Center at the hospital, Lulu's Place, the Dolus Fund, which was Ava and Rick's shell corporation. Jordan bought a new apartment. Isaiah's living in Lucky's cabin. Sunny bought the Rochester Piers off screen. Red Shell Security does security alarms for the Savoy. And Isaiah remodeled Lucky's cabin, which is now his. Oh, somewhere in here. Oh, we're talking about Monica's cardiac center. There was, I don't know why that made me think of that, but that made me think of it in my notes. Let me pull them up because I was on the wrong screen.
Did one of us guess that? No, we wouldn't have because she hadn't died yet.
No, she hadn't. Dude, get off that.
Leslie Charleston didn't pass away until January, like the week after we did the recap.
Right. Apparently there's a scholarship, like a music scholarship in Spencer's name.
What?
Yeah. So I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why.
Sorry, we shouldn't be laughing at that.
And we said
these kids getting these scholarships.
We said that when we did the recap last year. Like, it's not that we're against a scholarship in Spencer's name because we are assuming that he's dead. But why in the world is it a music scholarship? But it is.
I don't remember.
So just another thing, though, that like we're coming towards the end of their schooling. Like we just heard Trina say that she's excited for the new year because she has like one more semester left of school, which could make sense for her because she took a little bit of time off and she's like around our kids' ages and they graduated this past year, so she could be off by a year or whatever. But wouldn't you think that when they're talking about school stuff, that then they'd also, and Geo talking about music stuff, that then they would also talk about Spencer's scholarship?
Right.
But they didn't. And then events and celebration was the dedication of the Monica Quartermain Cardiac Care Center.
And I feel like that was really the only big, other than like the nurses' ball and stuff like that,
Right.
event. Like there wasn't anything.
Mm-mm.
We didn't have like how we talked about with the Christmas recap, like the gingerbread jam or anything like that again.
Right.
And now my favorite section, the book. And I definitely am missing some, but this is the best that I could do. In January, Lucy gave Sidwell a copy of her book, The Travel Guide to Port Charles. In the Quartermain Solarium, there was a book about the flower school AD at 100. I don't know what that meant. I should have actually really gone through and found the ones that are real books and not, and notated them. In February, The Foundations of Nursing is at Joss and Trina's on the coffee table, even though Joss was no longer studying to be a doctor and Trina's in art.
Right.
In March, Trina has Ibiza Bohemia, Miami Beach. Oh, and she has 2 copies of each of these. Mykonos Muse, she has 2 copies of each of those books. And then she also has The Secret Lawyer by John Grisham, Organizer Chemistry, the Nortron Anthology American Literature, and a World History book. And Drew has 100 Contemporary Artists. In April, Olivia was reading our favorite book that is not really a book that multiple characters have read over the years, Budapest Crossing by Pierce Rupp. I did not make note of anything in May. And in June, Vaughn was reading Budapest Crossing. In July, Molly was reading War and Peace. And in August, Sidwell was reading Budapest Crossing. Molly was doing research on horses. Trina was reading something that was The Summer I, and we couldn't find out the title, and it was not The Summer That I Turned Pretty, but it was also the same book that Alexis was reading like a year or 2 ago that we also couldn't see the rest of the title. In September, the Quartermain Coffee Table has a coffee table book about New York. In October, we saw on Lulu's mantle a book about women and the Wes Anderson collection. And I totally nerded out on these ones.
I can see that.
I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I love when they pay attention to, and we can see like through the text, like the titles of the previous ones, they do pay attention to trying to get them to fit the people. So Ava has The Humans of New York, which is a globally recognized photo blog and storytelling project that was started by photographer Brandon Stanton in 2010, and it features portraits and intimate interviews with everyday New Yorkers.
That's awesome.
And then Between Sense and de Kooning refers to Richard Schiff's book, an exploration of abstract expressionist William de Kooning's art, focusing on the dual meaning of sense, sensation versus reason, to interpret his ambiguous, process-driven, contrasting with typical art historical narratives and highlighting his unique blend of figuration and abstraction. I don't know why I found the definitions of these ones, but I put them in here, so. And then she also has The Abstract Expressionists, The Women, the Levitt Collection by Ellen G. Landau and Joan M. Martyr, which is a 2023 book that showcases the work of female abstract expressionist artists from the private Levitt Collection. In December, Drew has a book about Porsches, but like the car.
Still think that could be an Easter egg.
And we couldn't see the full title, but he had a book about Manet. And then The Crystalline Conspiracy was given to Anna, and that was a book written by P.K. Sinclair, aka Cesar Faison, and it is not a real book. And Tracy was reading Joyful Cheers to You, which I could not find as a real book, but I loved it because they said that she was like focusing on like self-healing and stuff like that. So
Right.
that was nice. And then Ava's gallery shows in July, she had Joel Sartori and his newest photo art collection. And he actually came on with his wife, real life wife too. In November, she has the Meyer Portrait Series. She asked Trina how many prints they ordered for their Meyer portrait series. But then the next week, they switched over to Solstice by Gavin Ziegler, who is an actual artist.
Okay.
And then what happened at the pier, Christina and Alexis sat to talk. Alexis wanted to get Christina out of the hospital while Michael was unconscious from his burns. Ava walked up and they talked about the explosion at Sunny's. And then Jens talked to Alexis. Anna and Jason talk about Sidwell after he had just been caught at the Q's talking to Sasha. Totally forgot about the fact that Sidwell kind of like snuck in the side door at the Q's to talk to Sasha. And then Brennan and Carly talk after she walked out on him after a woman flirted with him at the Metro Court, and he so flirted back, which is a nice callback to Valentine just told her he's never been a one-woman man.
Yep.
Jens and Marco discussed Judge Heron's death. Britt remembered the night before she, quote, died with Liesel. It was redesigned to be the Atlantic City Boardwalk when Lois and Brooklyn were getting Tracy. Brennan asked Jason who mattered more to him, Britt or Carly, and discusses Jason telling Carly that Joss is in the WSB or not, and is Carly knowing about Joss more important than Britt's freedom? And at that point, Jason didn't know about also her health.
Right.
And then Vaughn and Joss met up after she told Carly that he was WSB. And I don't think anything else happened since then.
No, I don't think so either. And then the recast or Sorast, Brennan recast with Chris McKenna, temporary lucky guy something.
Wilson, his last name is Wilson.
You should remember that last name.
Sorry. Maybe you should.
I will. Next time we refer to him, I'll know exactly who we're talking about. Then Michael was recast with Rory Gibson. And then we had a temporary recast of Nicole Paggy as Maxie back in July. But now we just have her. Now we just have her in her coma. So
yeah,
we just need her to wake up. And then who left the show was Jeff Kober, James Patrick Stewart, but he kind of came back in October and then in December.
You forgot to mention the devastatingly crying emoji next to it because Shannon lost her son. I did too.
I know you did. I know you did. I was trying to let you go. But then you have Jonathan Jackson next, and you don't have like 15 crying emojis, which I feel like that's what that is.
That was probably way more accurate.
Exactly.
There you go.
James Patrick has one, but Jonathan, I'd be here all day reading them. Sophia Matheson and Rena Sofer. And then return to the show was Liesel Robert.
I know I didn't put that he left too. And I didn't put that Holly left either.
Yeah, Holly can come and go. I don't care. But Robert leaving is devastating. Britt and Nathan. And then new characters. Ashanti, the best yoga instructor in Port Charles, according to Kai. May, the new nanny. Wonder how she feels about the nanny cam being set up to watch her and instead caught Willow and Drew. Mindy, who works for the Quartermains. Willow told Mac this on February 18th. We have no idea what she does. Miss Turner.
Haven't heard of her since.
Right. Miss Turner is the new DA working at the DA office.
See, this is why I track it, because eventually these people might matter.
Right.
Mindy could have been someone.
She could have. They all do. Agent Vaughn, who trained Joss at the WSB and then came and went. Professor Dalton, who also came and went. Jacinda, sex worker hired by Nina and Portia. She's still around, hooking up with Michael. Judge Heron was Michael and Willow's custody judge.
They're getting in a relationship. They're not just hooking up, and they were very careful about hooking up.
True.
Intentional, not careful. I mean, yes, but like they were very intentional about actually getting together. Yeah.
Right. They had conversations. Judge Heron was Michael and Willow's custody judge. Amanda, she's not a random person at the pool.
Okay, but look, I never went back and corrected this. So hold on.
I'll correct this. Amanda is the swim instructor for Wiley. Thank you. And then we got Emma's dog Outback. Thea Thompson, interior designer Jordan was using for her new apartment. Pascal, that I hate. Ronnie, who her actual name on the show is Veronica Bard. She was Monica's sister. Howard Wentworth, off screen, apparently Edward's attorney, and then he modified Monica's will. Oh, see, you remember to put JD in here. Liz is plumber, JD. And Fernandez, a cop that was looking at the traffic camera footage, but he like totally missed important information at first. So is he even worth mentioning?
Oh no,
And
he's the
then
one who found it.
I thought it
So like
was,
I
I,
thought he was giving it the second look, and then he was like, "Hey guys, I just saw this. Did you see this before?"
oh, I thought that was Dante that found it. I thought he was the guy that missed it at first, but okay. And then Judge Sullivan was Willow's judge.
I don't know if he's new or not.
I don't know.
I don't recall seeing him, but
Yeah, I don't know. And then job changes. We had Lucky bartending at Charlie's. Josh joined the WSB. Liz is going to be the hospital liaison between Drew's pediatric sports program that never went anywhere.
nope.
Jordan has been named as the liaison for WSB. Jordan resigned as deputy mayor, going to work for Sidwell. Gio took lifeguard training and is a lifeguard this year at the Metro Court pool. And then Gio worked at Bobby's. Madison quit working for Nina, and Michael hired Jacinda to take her place. Dante is the acting commissioner. Dante hired Nathan back to the police force. Sidwell now owns Piers 55 and 56. Portia got suspended, and she's like cleaned out her office, like she's gonna be gone forever, but we don't even know that.
Right.
Chase was suspended. We don't know how long that's supposed to last.
Nathan took over his desk before he even got suspended. We've never talked about that.
Yeah,
Like Nathan just moved into Chase's desk
he
while
did.
Chase was still working there.
Right, he was like, "This was mine first. I'm taking it back." And then Britt got her license reinstated. Again, never had to have any kind of hearing, just sent a letter from one coworker.
One letter from Lucas.
And boom, you are reinstated. And then we didn't see our paramedic at all.
No,
Oh, that's devastating.
I know.
Well, that makes me sad. And then the trials were Willow and Michael for custody and Rocco for his breaking into the lab. And he got his sentence was 500 hours of community service. And then we're currently in Willow's trial for if she shot Drew or not. And then the lawyers, we have Diane representing Michael in his divorce, Alexis, who represented Cody whenever he had the whole Grand Theft Auto thing, but he didn't really need any type of representation because they realized their mistake. And now she is representing Willow for the shooting of Drew. Martin represented Willow and was digging up dirt on Michael for the custody hearing, and he represented Drew against the Quartermains, but was eventually fired. And he originally was Willow's lawyer for the arraignment of the shooting of Drew, but then he said he couldn't do that, and that's why they got Alexis on the case. And then Molly tried to charge Cody for the Grand Theft Auto, and then Alexis asked her to recuse herself, and they realized the whole issue. And then Robert, I don't know that he represented anyone before he went away. We would just have a sad face there since he's not going to be able to come back. But I don't remember what he was really.
I don't know if he was working on something, but I didn't go back and find it.
Yeah, I think it was more Sunny stuff, like when they were talking about the peers and stuff.
Yeah.
Rick still represents Ava. Portia asked him for help after Drew found out about her changing Heather's labs, and he was representing Willow in the divorce proceedings. And then Marco represents Sidwell, supposedly only in his legit things. Nina for her arraignment for shooting Drew, and then Tracy asked him to help contest Monica's will. And then we haven't seen Scott either.
Nope. And then I nerded out on a whole new level this year with did I have this in last year's?
You did. You absolutely did.
Okay. Well, I know that I didn't have it from the beginning. So there are random facts and character traits that we learn. And this is where we all find the plot holes. So Emma said that she had two dogs growing up, Coco and Cookie Dough. And then we found out that that was actually a lie.
Yep.
See, this is the thing. I take these notes and then I'm like, I don't go back and fix them. Aiden always makes a Valentine's Day cake for Liz.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan's dad was a plumber.
Mm-hmm.
Comet is a Virgo. Rocco is on the debate team. So why did he not help with his own little defense and ask all those questions like, hey, how can I help with all this?
Right.
Leo is in a weekly theater group. So why didn't they have some kind of a Christmas holiday pageant?
Mm-hmm.
Marco went to Penn State, even though Pitt's better. Rick's dream car was a Porsche 911 GT3, and he bought it. And then he also said that Liz loves Gershwin's music. Camilla's music group was the Nicola Quartet, but she left the tour in May, and that was Gio's mom, and that's how they figured out like where she was when she had Gio, all that stuff.
Right?
Isaiah can break dance. Number 8 bus stop is outside of the PCPD. Michael tipped the bartender $500 the night that he slept with Sasha
I mean, no wonder he got noticed.
at the Brown Dog.
If you are trying to not be noticed, do not tip your bartender 10 times what you would normally tip them.
Maybe he didn't realize, because if he was drunk too, he was probably
How
like,
do you
"Oh, I thought it was
accidentally?
a couple." He thought it was a 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he thought that he was throwing down 5 $10 bills, not 5 $100 bills.
I would like to have that type of money in my wallet and be able to confuse it and not freak out.
Yep. Rocco's first solid food was avocado, and his favorite color is green. Sam taught Lucas how to pick a lock. Per Laura, Martin's PJ's game is on point. And then Camilla had some breakfast birthday traditions. She had breakfast at, oh shoot, I just put in parentheses, find the name on August 27th. I did not do that. But she also watched Fantasia, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. And Gio played Vivaldi for her. Gio was the first baby that Dante ever held, not knowing that they were father and son. And Dante was there while there was a fire with the 7 fishes at dinner, and Dante told Gio the story. The code for Brennan's safe is the actor Chris McKenna's birthday.
Yep.
Drew's house number is 419 Crestview Lane, Dawn of Day House General Hospital. Let's find this out. That's on Beechnut Crest.
Mm.
That would have been awesome, though.
Yep.
Monica was Jake's first art customer.
That's so cute.
Cody calls Outback Princess Pie, and it's adorable. Lucy tells Felicia that she stole some of the Quartermain glasses while she lived there. James learned how to churn butter. James and Nathan both like orange and grape soda the best. James like orange soda the best. Nathan likes grape. I didn't say that. Like it was, they learned that it was James said that orange was his favorite, and Nathan said that's grape because grape's my favorite, because he had bought them. James had gone and bought orange and grape soda and said, I didn't know which one you liked. And Nathan said, well, which one do you like? And he's like, well, my favorite's orange. And he's like, well, that's great because grape's my favorite. Question is it really his favorite, or is he just an awesome dad? Or
but wasn't that
teasing
also
the child? Yeah, but the orange is also Spinelli's.
Spinelli, yeah.
Yes, it is. Edward gave Lila the tea set for her 50th birthday. Ronnie won a pie baking contest in Durham 3 years running. We didn't find out what kind of pie, though, did we?
Mm-mm.
Drew's ringtone for Scout is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Outback finishes Leo's dinner. Oh, I wonder if that has anything to do with Leo's now a vegetarian. So he was probably like feeding Outback the meat and everything, and that's why they didn't notice for a while. Portia's coffee order is a triple shot espresso Americano steamed oat milk.
But now she drinks tea.
Decaf tea. Herbal tea. Jordan speaks French beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny owns a fleet of tow trucks.
I could have used them this week.
Right. Leo has become vegetarian. Liz volunteers at Soup Kitchen on Thanksgiving, and Laura and Ace also served at the Soup Kitchen, and we pretend that is something that they all do together every year.
Even though Ace is 3.
Oh, we forgot to say this week Ace spoke.
Yes.
Had sentence.
Right.
Charlotte and Valentine used the sign language symbol for I love you and pointed up to the sky to tell each other that they love each other. Valentine likes French press coffee and Fruit Loops, but they're called Fruit Flings on the show. Tracy tells Michael he's like Edward. He has a steeliness about him that makes him hard to read. Britt has a degree in physics, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
Brad had a model boyfriend named Gunther who basically stole all of his money. This one I forgot to read on the weekly. It's whatever. Folders on Brennan's desktop. My computer, email, files. I'm assuming communications is COM. Cases, okay. Training, admin, reference, legal, and personal. I want to know what's in the personal file. No surprise that Olivia makes amazing gingerbread, but only at Christmas. And as we learned, was that this week? It was this
Yeah,
week. It was
it
while
was
Cody
this
was
week.
helping Molly.
Yep.
Until 1975, it was legal to streak in Port Charles. And now you know.
No, I'm laughing at your next line.
Oh, okay. So, because remember, Valentine kept making Anna food, so he added meals Valentine made. Well, then he wound up leaving in March, and he never made a meal. But then, when he was staying at Carly, or now that he is staying at Carly's in the attic, he came down and got French press coffee and Fruit Loops, and grabbed the whole box and went upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So that was the only meal that Valentine has made.
Yes. And then we had guest star Guy Gansert. He was a former Golden Bachelor contestant, and he portrayed Jeffrey Beckett, a wildlife photographer. And then we had Joel Santori. And then actors that we lost, I'll read so that Shannon doesn't start crying. Leslie Charleston, Monica Quartermain, January 12th. Denise Alexander, who played Leslie Weber, March 5th. Chris Robinson, who played Rick Weber, June 11th. Tristan Rogers, who played Robert Scorpio, August 15th. And Anthony Geary, Luke Spencer, December 14th. And then our thoughts and predictions. I will read mine. You can read yours. But I said that Dante and Lulu were going to get back together, which they have not. I said that Maxie and Spinelli were going to get engaged. And I actually thought it was going to be in February of last year because that was the anniversary of when they first kissed again. And they are not.
And their non-wedding, wasn't it? Wasn't their non-wedding a Valentine's? I could be wrong.
Probably.
However,
Probably.
this is what I was thinking that you were probably right on though, because Maxie, okay, after she went into coma, so I know it doesn't count because she didn't say yes, but Spinelli said, when you get out of this, like, we're done messing around. I'm marrying you again. So
But they're not engaged yet. So no,
they're
it didn't
not. You're
happen.
right. You're right. But
Thank you for trying to give me a little bit of credit, but no, I was just not. I mean, I was close. I was close,
yeah,
but not there yet. I said that Spencer was going to come back to life. I absolutely never called Britt or Nathan. So, um, but Spencer has not. I said that they were going to question Ace's paternity and that it was going to turn out that Ace was Spencer's son, not Nicholas's. And we didn't hear anything more about that.
we've just
And
given up
then
on that.
that Jason and Sunny don't get out of the business, which I guess I'm right about because they haven't gotten out. But if they do, that they should give it to Miss Wu. And that was kind of a back and forth. We agreed because we wanted Miss Wu around because we have not seen her.
Yeah, I would have liked that. Yeah, and then mine, the only thing I was right about, I'm giving myself half a point.
Okay.
Whole point is Jason is going to protect Sasha and the baby and say that he's the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan's past, I still don't feel like we know anything about.
Nope.
We still have no idea what Dante did, and at this point, I don't think we're ever going to.
Nope.
I also said that Jason and Sunny were going to get out of the business. However, Sunny did sell the Piers.
Yeah, but he's not out of the business yet.
Christina helping to raise Wiley and Amelia, and possibly Molly helping her. But thought about that when the whole Michael was in Germany and Willow was like that whole thing. So kind of bummed about that. I am right on this one. Donna did
Yep.
being mentioned during Willow's trial.
Yep.
And the one I'm giving myself a half on is Lucky and Liz getting back together because if
They
you
did
had
get back
stayed,
together. They just didn't stay together because he left.
that is true. Okay. And Brad and Lucas getting back together, and that did not happen.
Nope.
Oh, here it is. This whole thing right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Things that Amanda was right about. You were right that
Okay,
I
but
was
these
right
were
about more. But
okay,
this
but
was
these
through the year.
thoughts and predictions were the things where that we predicted at the end
Right.
of the year or at the beginning of the
Yes.
year. These were things
Yes.
that throughout the year that I need we need to get better at documenting
Yes.
our guesses on.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Yes, we do. I agree. So things that Amanda was right about throughout the year. Lois is not accepting Olivia's anger about Gio since she kept Sunny from Dante, which was good because originally I was like, this is crap that she's not pointing this out. And then they had a whole blow up about it.
Now here's the thing. I started to write things down as we were guessing them. So like this isn't correct yet. So you can't read it. That's not but I put it there in case it became true. It would
I
be there.
understand. I understand. And then I was the first to mention Charlotte was not calling Valentine Papa anymore. She started calling him Dad. And then I said that the mystery woman was going to end up being Monica's sister. And I was right. That is who Ronnie was.
See, but we were both right about Ronnie because I also said that the lady in the crypt is who wrote the letter to Monica and Martin Calder to come to Port Charles.
Yes.
Rocco, I was also right about Rocco not knowing about Britt and how he was born.
Mm-hmm.
Anna figuring out that Joss was in the WSB.
Yeah, you were on that one. You were like quick to that.
I have named almost every single character and the reasons why they could have shot Drew,
You,
but we still
you
don't know.
have.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Um,
You should join Alexis's defense team because you could help with that reasonable doubt because you have a long list of why and
I'm
who.
gonna move these over to 2026 right now so that we don't forget for our predictions.
All right.
See, you're only right if Willow shot him. I'm right if anyone else.
Right. I said Willow shot him, and Shannon says anyone else in the cast. Okay. Yep. I guess you're right then.
Yeah, but I will say that I did have theories behind all of them. So if somehow one of them actually winds up happening,
Yes. Yes, you did. I will still
it'll
tease
come
you
back to
about it
light what I
either
said
way.
about them, though.
Yes.
Okay. And then things we were right about, I don't remember anything. And storylines that went nowhere. I mean, we still don't know anything about Dante's past.
Or Brennan's.
So Dante's past, Brennan's past, Vaughn.
Right.
What else? Oh, shoot. There's things that we've talked about up here that didn't go anywhere. Oh, Sunny's heart condition. Like, are we over that now?
I mean, they did do the surgery, so maybe that was good. Maybe that's all.
Okay. We'll leave that off then. All right, quick skim. I'm not picking. Didn't we just talk about something that didn't go anywhere?
I thought we just talked about Dante, not knowing Dante's secret.
Maybe. All right. And then do you want to go over so the current storylines at the end of 2024 were Willow and Drew were disgusting.
Still are.
Trina and Kai, question mark. That has
Now
happened.
now they're together.
Ava was broke.
She's not broke anymore.
Nope. Sidwell, what became Windermere's owner.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Chase and Brooklyn were trying to get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny was having heart issues.
Those are now fixed.
Lucky and Liz.
Came and went.
Michael and Willow are divorcing. They are
Yep.
divorced.
They are.
Biggest what the heck moment? I feel like we had many and we did not write any of them down.
Well, last year we had narrowed it down to the fact that they announced that Bobby had passed away, and then they went right into Christmas music still, or New Year's music still.
Yeah.
So, I feel like our biggest what the heck moment is like we continue to complain about the not honoring Anthony Geary.
Yeah, but that just happened. We have to give them a minute.
The fact that it seems like they're not doing more is where my current what the heck moment is.
Let's carry that over into that's something else we do. We do our thoughts and predictions for the next year at the end. All right, So what are your thoughts and predictions for next year, Amanda?
I mean, I just want to carry over my ones from last year for a lot of them because I
already copied over.
All right, so
I copied over Willow shooting Drew.
Well, I'm going to change it that it's not going to be Dante and Lulu back together. I think they're going to end up sticking her. I'm sorry. Don't make that face at me.
No, but I'll write it down.
I like how you tell me no. It's my prediction. Nathan and Lulu are going to end up having a something. I do think that Maxie and Spinelli are going to end up engaged. I think she's going to come out of this coma and she's going to pick Spinelli and they are going to move forward with their life. And I am still hoping that Spencer comes back. And I'm still hoping that Ace's paternity is figured out. I still don't think that Jason and Sunny are getting out of the business. They may have sold pieces off, but I don't think they're going to completely get out of it. And I think that Carly's going to get Joss out of the WSB.
Okay. So we have Nathan and Lulu, Jason and Sunny still in business.
Yep.
Carly gets Joss out of WSB. We should start writing these down before we come.
So what are yours?
All right. Hold it. So I have Willow shooting Drew, Nathan and Lulu, Jason. Oh, you said Spinelli and Maxie.
Yep.
Like stay together?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's going to choose him.
I agree. So I will add that one too. I mean, should we just do the Nathan and Lulu thing as we're both? Because I feel like we're both on the that's stupid, but it's going to happen.
That's fine. Unless next year you have more right than me, then I'm going to claim it all to myself.
Because I think we both had the same immediate reaction to they are not seriously doing that.
Right.
Okay, so mine, shocker, Faison's alive.
Oh, I hope you're right with that one.
I'm going to go with Chase losing his job.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want that because I don't want him in Brooklyn.
I understand, but he is putting
issues.
too much on the line for Willow.
I really haven't thought about anything just because I've been so devastated by so much lately. Valentine saves Anna. I really don't know. I'm really not good at this year.
I mean, I just
Like what?
repeated a lot from last year because I'm still waiting for it to happen, man.
Oh, Sidwell being Faison's brother.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I had a thought about Drew a while ago, but it wasn't Shiloh. What the heck was it?
I don't know.
Oh, darn it. I don't remember either. Oh well. Okay. Now all the 411s that we did. Oh yeah, we just talked about that. So current storylines we have is that Sidwell just purchased Pierre's Valentine. Valentine is hiding out at Carly's after having escaped and will transfer from Stein. Oh, after having escaped from transfer from Steinmauer. Willow's on trial for shooting Drew. Alexis considering bringing in third party. Cody and Molly are just starting to be together finally. Portia's infidelity came to light. And then I put Lulu and Nathan question mark already. So
Okay.
what else is going? Oh, Maxie's in the coma.
Yep.
Maxie in coma. What else?
What's going to come of Laura being framed for Dalton
Oh,
murder?
Laura and Sunny being blackmailed over Dalton. Hmm. Ooh, you know what? Okay, I just came up with a prediction. Turner's going to help Laura and Sunny cover
Oh, I like that.
Dalton to take down Sidwell.
I like that.
And we're gonna remember what I said meant by that, right? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And now for the 411s. We basically talked about Lucky almost all year. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say I just pulled up the list of them if you want me to go through them.
Sure, go ahead.
So on January 2nd was our first Carly hired Brooklyn to break up Lulu and Dante.
Oh yeah.
And then on the 9th was the second part of Carly hiring Brooklyn to break up Lulu and Dante. And then on the 16th was our recap of 2024. And then on the 23rd was Lucky Spencer. That was our beginning of
part was that?
everything. I mean that should have been just part 1, right?
No, because we would have started whenever he came back in August of 24.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Lucky and Liz part 11, Lucky Spencer part 17.
Jeez Louise.
Right. So the first it was January 30th was the getting back into Lucky and Liz. And then February 6th was Lucky part 13, Lucky and Liz part 13, Lucky part 19. And then on
Was all of February just Lucky?
February 13th was Lucky and Liz part 14, Lucky part 20. And then the 20th was Lucky and Liz part 15, Lucky part 21. And then the 27th, Lucky and Liz part 16, Lucky part 22. And then March 6th, Lucky and Liz part 17, Lucky part 23. And then March 13th was revisiting our chat with Jeff Kober.
No, that would have been the original because we only talked to him last year.
Oh, you have it labeled as revisiting.
I have it revisiting?
3/13/2025. It says new, and then the description says revisiting our chat with Jeff Kober. So did you mean revisiting just by us talking about it? But no, because it would have been his.
No, it should just say so the actual title of it says our chat with Jeff Kober, and so does the picture. But yeah, I must have accidentally copied that from.
Okay. So March 20th was Lucky and Liz. March 27th was Lucky and Liz. April 3rd. Well, that's a cute picture of them. April 10th, April 17th, April 24th, May 1st, May 8th. Oh, that was Luke and Laura's wedding, fake wedding. May 15th, May 22nd, May 29th, June 5th, June 12th, June 19th.
I feel like most of them were Lucky and Liz.
26. Yeah.
Yeah.
July 3rd, July 10th. And then, can we just go back to this summer? And then July 17th was whenever we got to see Jonathan and Claire Bone. Oh my God, that was so amazing. They were so sweet.
They were.
They were seriously so sweet. And then July 24th, we got back to Lucky and Liz, which would have been part 33, Lucky 41. And then Lucky and Liz on July 31st. on August 7th, on August 14th, August 21st, August 28th, September 3rd, September 11th, September 18th, September 25th was revisiting Monica's lovers. And then October 2nd was back to Lucky part 30. And then
50.
50. I can't read. Sorry. 50. And then October 9th, Lucky part 51. And then October 16th was Lucky. And then October 23rd was the first one was the fan spotlight with Melanie, and then the next one was the storyline of Blackie. And then we got back to Bobby for November 6th, Bobby Spencer 1998. And then November 13th, Bobby Spencer part 10. And then November 20th was Bobby, and 27th was Bobby, and December 4th was Bobby. This is so sad. And then December 11th was Bobby, December 18th. And then Christmas, we revisited the past Christmases and then caught up where we had been since then. And then the first one of the new year was us ending Bobby.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
That was a huge year of 411s, but really, I don't feel like we missed. I mean, of course, we would have found something to do 411 about, but.
Oh, right. There's tons of like random subjects that we can cover, but it was nice.
I mean, we dropped the ball on our fans. Sorry, guys.
We did. But that's okay, because we need like a break so we can enjoy the break with the fans for a while this year before we get into something heavy again.
Yep. All right. So that was it. That was all of 2025. Thanks for hanging in there. Oh, and we released our 700th episode.
It's insane.
I know. Oh, you know what? And so we didn't put like who we met. So really the only ones we met though were Jonathan Jackson and Rena Sofer.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, that's a good year. You say only, but that's a good year.
That's a very good year. All right. So yeah, join us on Monday as we keep kicking off 2026 and recap this week's shows.
Have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review. And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.